Okay, seat height a little bit higher on the standard version here and the special. Thank you. Okay. So up higher, it does feel a little bit like I'm leaning forward a little more than on the special. A little bit of a firmer seat. I don't know if there's a difference in the seat. Maybe it's because someone had already ridden the bike before me and it kind of warmed it up, I guess. But here we go. Pan America, standard version. Still got a lot of standard features that are awesome on this bike. Self-canceling turn signal, that's not one of the awesome features, but it is cool. Ride height is just a little taller, so it's about 31 point. Woo! Love popping it into that sport mode from rain mode. The nice thing about the ride modes on the Pan America is not only do you not have to close the throttle, you just pop it right into a different mode, is that it doesn't just adjust the power delivery, it adjusts your suspension, and you know it's a little bit more advanced than. Oh, okay. So I was riding the special with knobby tires, and the standard here with with the street tires on it definitely feels better in the corners. Something that I just wasn't used to, because this is only the third. This is only the third. Oh, that's better. This is only the third. You know what? Actually, let's bring it back up. It's a little bit more windy. Shouldn't be doing this when I'm riding, but oh well. Because I'm sitting up a little higher, the wind's hitting me in the head a little bit more on the standard than on the special, but it's still not terrible. You might hear it though in the audio. But let's just start out with the basics with the controls here. On the standard, you got your high and low beams, cruise control, which comes standard on the Pan America, trip toggle. You got your infotainment buttons over here, and then horn and turn signal on the left. Not like your typical standard Harley where you've got turn signals on both sides. On the right, you've got your ride mode, and you have your hazards. More infotainment here on the right, and then traction control on off, and then your voice command button there on the left. Yeah, this bike is so much nicer in the turns here without the knobby tires. And I would say, you know, if you're somebody who's considering this adventure bike for like a 90-10 or an 80-20, maybe not an 80-20, but definitely like a 90-10, 90 freeway, 10 off-road, I would definitely go with the street tires, because, you know, the handling it's not night and day, but there's definitely a considerable difference in the handling just because it's got street tires on it. But you can get the special with the street tires as well, so just something, an option to think about if you're new to the segment. So this has got Harley's brand new Revolution Max 1250 engine in it, and it's sporty, it's fun. The ride height can be adjusted, the seat height I should say can be adjusted by swapping out for a different seat. That's going to drop you down a little bit. There's an adjustment that you can make by taking the passenger seat off and just adjusting how the seat sits on the frame of the bike, which will lower you down a little bit, which is really nice, because once you mount the bike, for somebody like me who's 5'6" and only has a 30-inch inseam, it's easier to mount the bike. Once we're at a stop here, I can get both tiptoes down, and I don't feel insecure about handling this bike. And this bike, the weight at 534 pounds is like, it's awesome. It's highly competitive, if not lower in weight than other bikes in its class. I haven't ridden another adventure bike in this this class. I have ridden the 850 GSA from BMW, and this feels like in weight and in balance, I would even say venture out to say this bike is even better balanced than the GSA. But it's been so long. Don't take my word for that. Go out and ride one for yourself and make that determination on your own. But man, everything about the Pan America I've been enjoying. I've been enjoying even more the street tires as opposed to the knobbies that I rode on the special. I've really got a tiptoe, so if I've got both toes down, I'm there on the tiptoe. If I get one leg down, obviously I can get more. I'm just enjoying the ride kind of this time. I've already ridden the special, and so just kind of taking this one in. Acceleration is really good for this bike. It's got 150 max horsepower with 94 pound-feet of torque available, and man, it's not super torquey. And again, it's got ride mode, so that's something new to most Harley bikes don't have ride modes available. The suspension with the upside down telescopic forks. That's dangerous. With the upside down telescopic forks in the front and the monoshock in the back, I believe. I'll put that in the description here, or in the video, so you can see. Yes. All right, you guys. Nice. So, I mean, this bike fits me really well. At 5'6", 30-inch inseam, I have about a 5'11", 5'10" arm span, and I just feel like this bike fits me really well. It's got a nice upright sitting position, and the controls are right underneath you, so you can, if you need to stand up while you're riding off-road, or if you just need to stand up to take a break, oh, it's a lot easier. That was bad. Not my bad, road bad. Yeah, the handling is much nicer with the street tires on the bike. Ooh, try to put one flat foot down, and that didn't work out so well. So there, I got one flatter toe down with this foot up on the peg. But there's a nice solid platform for you to stand up on. We'll give it a whirl here when we get going again. I'll stand up on the pegs, and it's just really nice. The bike feels nice. It feels it's got a good deal of power. It's comfortable to ride. You know, like I said before, when you switch the mode, you're not just switching the power delivery, you're also switching suspension settings. So all these things, great technology baked into this bike. I mean, Harley-Davidson took a considerable amount of time to put this bike into production, and to me it's well worth the wait. The other difference that you're going to see on the standard version here is a different badging on the tank. I personally like the other options that they're available for the special. I think they come in 4 different color options, and the standard only comes in 2. But it's not just the paint difference that you're going to see between the standard and the special. You're getting a considerable amount more for your money when you're talking about a $2,000 increase in price for the special. But the standard here, you know, it's still, especially for a Harley, is feature heavy. You got this really nice 6.8-inch TFT screen. Let's just stand up here. Yeah, really solid platform here to stand up. I was kind of afraid. I was trying to figure out if these pegs were going to feel too small to stand up on, but no, it feels nice. Yeah, he's really getting a feel here, and it feels good, especially with the street tires. Considerable difference. But you got your gas gauge time, lots of different things you could view on this screen. If you're going with a special model, I'm going to see here if maybe I can change what I'm seeing here. No. Lots more to look at on the special model, but on this screen it's still really colorful, bright, vivid display. We got the sun right above us, and so seeing what we're able to see here on this display is really nice and really clear. Well done by Harley, whose only other display like this, I mean, aside from their touring bikes who have a nice big clear display, is on the Livewire. All right. Yeah, so I mean, with the ride modes, let's just put it in standard road mode. Yeah, I mean, a much more manageable power delivery when you put it in just the standard road mode. So I mean, if you're not in for a spirited ride and you're trying to be cautious with a new bike, yeah, throw it into road mode. But if you want that power to be or that throttle to be a little more touchy, let's just test the brakes here. Yeah, those brakes feel really nice. You know, on the BMW adventure bike, when the brakes felt a little bit more like soft. These brakes it feels a little tighter, or when I say it's a harder feel to the brakes, a more abrupt stop. It doesn't feel dangerous. Obviously, this bike comes standard with, it actually comes standard with cornering ABS, as well as cornering traction control, which can be turned off. I'm trying to see if there's an indicator on the screen. No. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of different things for you to look at here. Diagnostics, and I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm not going to take the time, especially here while I'm riding, to take a look at the screen, but man, what a fun bike. Maybe I did turn the traction control off because it felt like the front wheel wanted to come off the ground when I took off there. But man, I'm loving the crap out of the Pan America. Let me tell you, it's got a different look to it. When I first saw this bike, it felt a little Frankenstein-y, and when I say that, the continuity on the design at the beginning when I first saw this bike, it just felt so like they took just an amalgamation of a bunch of different things and threw it together. But the final design here, I don't know how much different it is than that first concept design. This bike feels more like it has more continuity. The bike seems less wide, and maybe it is from the original design, but it doesn't feel so wide. It doesn't look so monstrous, and that's what it was in the beginning when I first saw this motorcycle. I thought, how heavy is this bike going to be, and is it even going to be able to compete with other bikes in this class? And it absolutely does. It comes in at about 536 or 34 pounds wet, and you've got a 5.6 gallon tank here with 46 miles to the gallon. So I mean pretty much all the way around, this bike is going to compete with other bikes in its class. Let's go back. Let's see if we can find something else here. Let's toggle through. Let's go home. I'm trying to see if traction control, when you turn it off, it doesn't, I'm not seeing anything happening on the screen. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do about that. The sound of this bike, I mean, it sounds like your typical adventure bike. This has got a V-twin. Like I said, it's the new Revolution Max 1250 engine. I believe they were going to put a 975 Revolution Max in what was going to be the Bronx. I don't know where that stands right now with Harley-Davidson, but if it's anything like this, what they've delivered here with the Pan America, I am really looking forward to it. If they come around to releasing the Bronx, I would love to see them do that. There's also the custom model that's supposed to be out this year that I've been hearing nothing about. So for them to have delivered on the Pan America like they have here, I'm really excited to see what else they have coming. I mean, this has kind of revived my trepidation, my cautious enthusiasm for Harley-Davidson and what the future holds for them. I hope that in this revival of how they're changing things up, they're looking to do, I think they're looking to do more electric. They've actually, no big surprise here, they're turning the Livewire into its own company, probably not unlike they are with the Serial 1 bicycles. They've turned it into their own company, so it's just going to be Livewire, not Harley-Davidson Livewire. And honestly, you know, for about $30,000, which is what they were asking for the Livewire, which is was just so ridiculous. Especially now, because you can find used Livewires for under 20 grand. I mean, I found one the other day for 18,000, and I mean, it had 300 miles on it. I mean, that's essentially a new Livewire. I mean, could you imagine if you paid 30,000 for that bike and then see one? Woo, a little tall here, and then you see one for 18 grand a year later. I mean, that would, to me, would just be so frustrating. But for this bike, starting at 139, something like that, starting at just over 17 grand, and the special coming in at 20 grand. I mean, these are price points for bikes that seem reasonable to me. The cruiser prices, to me, they've just kind of been skating by on the Harley name, introducing bikes with not a lot of technology, not a lot of engineering changes. You know, they introduced the Milwaukee 8 not too long ago, but I mean, it's a not what have you done for me lately, but I mean, you got to show us some progress in order for us to get excited, and in order for us to want to buy another bike. And what they've done here with the Pan America, to me, is exactly that. So kudos to Harley-Davidson. I've thoroughly enjoyed riding these bikes, and I urge you to give them a shot. Go out and try it out. Find the demo truck, find a dealer who's going to let you ride it, and do it. But guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you liked this video, found it helpful, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, because I've got a new video every week. Check out my channel. Guys, this is that one guy saying, if you're out there riding, be safe, be kind to one another. My name is Eric, I'm that one guy, and I am out.